Good evening, everybody, and welcome here to Wahoo High School for tonight's Classic C1 quarterfinal football game between the Wahoo Warriors and the visitors, the Cowboys from Boystown. Brian Abrahams and John Herrera with you here tonight. John, should be a fantastic ball game here with a couple of good teams. Boystown 8-1, Wahoo 9-0 during the regular season anyway. What give us your view, quick recap. What do we expect to see tonight?
Yeah, two teams that have been really explosive all season. Boystown, their only loss coming to Ashland, and really that was a nail-biter that could have went either way. They've been explosive all year. They got some real playmakers, and for the first time this season, you know, you see a team. I mean, Ashland's really good, and they have a lot of speed, but this is a team that has athletes that can. You get in the open field, and they'll outrun you. I mean, we got speed, but they got a lot of speed too. So this is a lot of athlete on athlete, a very high-level matchup tonight, and it's going to be a good matchup.
You expect a high-scoring football game tonight. Wahoo averaging over 50 points per game, and when you include the first game of the playoffs last week, Boystown also a very high-scoring team as well.
It sure could be. I mean, it could be a track meet tonight. Our defense has proven that it's pretty stout, but, you know, you get up against a good team, and sometimes the offenses take over, and you end up with a lot of scoring. But I would hope that our defense would buckle down tonight. But, you know, they're facing a type of team they haven't really seen this year, a spread team, a team that has 3-4 guys that can make plays in space. So they're going to be challenged tonight, our defense. So we'll see if they can rise to the challenge and make this happen.
Wahoo is the number 3 seed here in the Class C1 playoff bracket. They were 9-0, as I mentioned, in the regular season. They defeated DC West last week 50-0 to advance to the quarterfinals. Boystown is the number 6 seed with an 8-1 regular season. As John told you, their only loss was to Ashland Greenwood. That's the number 2 seed, by the way, in the state playoffs.
Yep.
And they defeated Cozad last week 27-0. So both teams coming off of a shutout in the opening round of the playoffs. So as you said, John, some capable defenses as well. There's a lot of athletes out there offensively, but a lot of them are going to play both ways. You'll see some very capable defense too.
Yeah, and the surface tonight will be interesting. Both teams kind of rely on some athleticism, some speed. We got a little rain today. I'm sure the track is a little smushy out there, a little slick. So we'll see if everyone can keep their feet under them and play with some balance tonight because, I mean, you never know. I don't think the rain's supposed to show up during our game, but we had a little shower earlier, so it dampened the field down a little bit.
The rain is supposed to stay away until after the football game is over, but You're right. It did come through early. The bleachers here are wet. The playing surface is wet. We're ready to go. Really no wind to speak of. If you can see the flag over there on our right, it's basically a little bit of breeze picking up here, but Zaragoza will kick it off, and we'll get this game underway. It's a short kick, and the Cowboys able to fall on it at about the 29, 28-yard line. So that's where they'll have it. We'll get our first look at the Boystown offense.
May not be a lot of returners getting kicked to tonight. Maybe a lot of squibs, maybe a lot of punts out of bounds, things like that.
Both teams going to kind of feel each other out, as John said. Boystown is going to try and spread this Wahoo defense out. They'll send a receiver all the way out to the far side. They're going to work from the left side hash mark, as Nairi Poteet-Brown, their quarterback, will line up from the shotgun. They have trips over here to the near side, the short side of the field. Now they'll send a man in motion. The snap, they hand it off, coming across the formation and trying to turn the corner. That's Poteet-Brown, and he's all the way past the Wahoo secondary and into the end zone. John, you were right, just like that, the speed
is
of
showing
Boystown.
Up quick, yeah. And we got outflanked immediately right there, and then, you know, we get our guy on the edge blocked, and we don't get a good angle on him. And it's tough to, when you're not used to playing against blazing speed, it's tough to get those pursuit angles down right. And we didn't have it, and they're fast enough to outrun you if they're in front of you. So that's something we got to recover, and we got to buckle down on defense.
A really nicely designed play there by the Boystown coaching staff right out of the gate. First offensive play. It's going to go down as about a 71-yard touchdown run for number 3, Nairi Poteet-Brown. And now the extra point coming for the Cowboys. Martin Lopez is their kicker. Snaps a little high, but they're able to get it down. The kick is up, and it's good. So just 15 seconds into this ball game, Boystown takes the lead. It's 7-0.
Yeah, not the start you're looking for, that's for sure. Definitely Coach Iverson will be looking at the plays over there. They got video on the sideline. So we're going to have to protect those edges. I know the defensive line this week worked a lot on keeping that quarterback in the pocket, so they're trying to make sure they maintain him in the pocket, but you get a guy going to the edge like that on a full head of steam, the other guy's got to set the edge as well on the perimeter.
Yep. Now, really kind of a very important offensive possession here for Wahoo. Obviously, we're still only 15 seconds into this game. Whole game left to play, but opportunity here for the Warriors to answer what Boystown has already done, and we will see now if if Boystown elects to kick it deep.
Yeah, so it's time to answer. I mean, this is a good opportunity for the Warriors. The first time they've had pressure put on them early in a game like this, so we'll see how they respond offensively to the Cowboys on defense here.
And you know what? This is you get into the state playoffs like this, you see the talent all kind of comes together, right? It doesn't matter what the seed is or where the other school is from, how far west in Nebraska, how far east.
Yeah, everybody's
you get the best
good.
of the best, right?
Yeah, everybody's good at this time of year.
So Lopez now will kick it away. He's got it teed up right at the 40. Returners for Wahoo standing at about the 15. It's a low kick scooped up there by the Warriors here on the near side out to about the 30-yard line. That was Bordovsky, I think, with the return there.
Just a safe return right there. They're kicking it on the ground too. They don't want Kip Brigham involved with it because he's a potent returner. But it's a good safe bet. Noah gets the ball. He got about 5 yards on the return there, and here we go.
Very similar starting position for Wahoo as we saw for Boystown. They'll start actually at the 31-yard line. And the Warriors will send two receivers here to the near side. Full house backfield. Back there behind Kaminsky. Now they'll shift a little bit, and they look to run the first play from the shotgun. Jace awaits the snap. He will hand it off. This is Brigham bouncing here to the near side. Pretty good job. Bordovsky, excuse me, with the first carry. Pardon me on that as Noah picks his way out at about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, I think that was Kip, 32. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You know what? A good gain on first down, 3 or 4 yards right there. You want to establish that run and kind of see what their look's going to be. It looks like they're going to play a 34 look, and they've got LaDainian Blackwell, who's been out for injury. He's back. He's playing one of those heavy outside linebacker spots, and he's definitely a weapon for them on defense. A big, strong guy, and he's going to be tough to block.
Warriors pick up 3 on first down. It's going to be second down and 7. They'll send a man in motion here. Kaminsky takes a snap. It's Brigham again. Going to try to find the edge over there on the left side. He's not going to get outside of the defense. He's going to be wrapped up. Maybe lost a yard on the play. It'll set up 3rd and long. Blackwell, as you said, John, in on the tackle.
Yeah, he's tough to block, and he made the play on that. They set that edge. There was no getting outside of that. And then when he tried to cut up, his linebackers filled in and made the play. So big 3rd down right here.
Absolutely. They'll call it 3rd and 7, so no gain on the play, no loss on the play either. From the 34-yard line, Warriors need to get to the 41 to move the sticks on 3rd down. Kaminsky from the shotgun. He again will send a man in motion from left to right. Jace awaits the snap, now back to pass. Looking to his right. Now he's going to flush out of the pocket, dumps it over here to the sideline. Incomplete. Was trying to hit
Brigham was there on
the
the sideline. It would have been right at the sticks, a little dump pass, but a little too high, out of bounds. So punt team comes out, and it's time to play some defense again.
Cowboys will send the returner back to about the 35-yard line, and that is Nairi Podit Brown, who had the touchdown run on the first play. So we'll see if the Warriors are able to keep this ball away from him on the punt. Pretty good snap. It's a low punt. Poteet Brown's going to have to chase it over toward the Wahoo sideline. Takes a great bounce inside of the 25 all the way down to about the, let's see where they got it, the 22, 21, 22-yard line. So nice job by the Warriors to flip the field. And as you said, John, now it's a chance for the defense to stand up here and try to get a 3 and out and get the football back.
Absolutely, yeah. Kind of settle into this game, and you don't want to get into a track meet game with a team that's good at track meet games. So we've been explosive this year, but Boystown is capable of just making big plays at any given moment. So we want to try to contain them a little bit.
Looks like they're going to line up Jamal Morris, not listed as a quarterback on their roster here, but I think he's lined up as the quarterback on the first play for this drive. And they'll hand it up the middle out to about the 25-yard line as the ball carrier.
Yeah, Whitaker.
Yeah, that's right. Darian Whitaker, number 7 with the carry, picks up about a yard, maybe 2. It'll be second down, and we'll call it 8.
Yeah, and he's been a big playmaker for him this year. He's committed to K-State, and he is a kid who can score in every way. I mean, there was a game earlier this year where he had a return, a pick six, a catch, a run. He had everything, so he's Mr. Everything for them.
On second down, they'll send a man wide out to the boundary here. Ball on the right side hash mark. Pistol formation there as Morris lines up in the shotgun, and as you said, it's Whitaker lined up behind him. They'll motion Poteet Brown across. Now Morris wants to throw it. Gets it out to Poteet Brown over here on the near side, and a good hit there by the Warrior defense at the 25-yard line. They'll drop him this time for a short gain. That was Brigham with the tackle. It's going to set up third down.
Yeah, good fill right there, and limited that gain. He had him out in space, and good pursuit, and we got him down. So big play right here for the Warriors to try to establish a defensive presence that we didn't have in that first drive.
Would go a long way for their confidence, I would think, too, right, John? You get a 3 and out here. It's third down and 4, so certainly manageable for Boys Town. Morris is going to move under center, it appears. Tailback lined up behind him. He will hand it off. It's Whitaker. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, trying to drive his legs. He's not going to get there.
Good job by the Warriors front right there, just piling up those gaps and then letting the linebackers fill in there.
Looked like maybe that was Eli Shada that led the way from his defensive end spot, but as you said, it was a nice gang tackle there by Wahoo, and it's going to set up a punting situation.
Yeah, that's a big stop for the Warriors after that first big play right there. That first drive/play where they just bombed us right out of the gate. It's good to establish that defense. And like you said, give them some confidence and say, you know what, we're right here. We can do this.
Boys Town, they're trying to get all the personnel out there on the field. Now it looks like I think they've got everybody lined up and ready to go, and I think that's Cortez. That's a left-footed kicker. Brings it over here to the near sideline. Gets a pretty good bounce for Boys Town across the 40 and down to about the 32-yard line. Very similar situation that we saw Wahoo in, and now we'll see if their offense can get on track.
Yeah, let's settle in and get a drive going. I know we had an opportunity to get a first down on that last one. We just, running-wise, they were pretty stout up front, and they stymied the running game after a decent first down. So let's see what we're probably still on script, really. We're looking at fronts. It looks like we got the diamond set coming out now with both our backs in the game.
Kaminsky from the shotgun, as John said, a couple of tailbacks on either side of him. He's going to hand it off.
There we go.
Brigham bouncing it out to the outside. He's got some room to run. He's across the 50 and into Boys Town territory. Good hard run there. Well blocked up front, and the Warriors move the sticks. I don't see any flags. They're waiting to move the down markers, it looks like.
Yeah, and Kip laid the hit stick on that. He got a good pop on the defender there and was able to make a nice play out of it. So good confidence builder for the first play of the drive.
All the way down to the Boys Town 43-yard line. So a nice carry there by Brigham, and now our first Wahoo offensive play from Boys Town territory. Warriors will likely shift out of this formation, and they do. Kaminsky raises his knee from the shotgun. They motion a man. He will hand it off right up the middle. That's Brigham, I think, got dropped for a loss on the play. So really haven't had a ton of success in between the tackles so far yet tonight, John.
Yeah, that was Sanchez, their middle linebacker, a sophomore, and he came right through, shot that gap, and ended that play quickly. So they're going to have to make sure they get dialed into these alignments and get somebody to that second level. But, I mean, it's when you got dudes on the first level, it's tough to peel off and get to that second level. You don't want to double team too much on the first level, otherwise those linebackers don't get blocked. Yep,
that's exactly right. The loss of 1 sets up second down and 11. Kaminsky has 2 men in the slot to his right. He's going to roll out that way, gets a block and avoids 1 defender. Pass is thrown out here. It's complete near the 40. It'll be a short gain on the play.
Yeah, another third down situation coming up here.
Caden Smart with the catch. He'll move the ball out to about the 41, so it's a gain of about 2 or 3 on the play, but it's going to be 3rd and 8.
Yeah, it's so key in these games not to get off schedule too much because it puts you in a little bit of a bind on third down. You got a little more of a mid to long third down right here. Getting that 3 or 4 yards on first down really makes a difference in games like this at this level, at this point in the season.
I know it's early here, John, but are we in 2-down territory if Wahoo gets half of this and gets to about a 4th and 4?
I don't know. I think if we can pin them deep, I think we'll play the odds on that, but
we may find out as Kaminsky takes a snap and rolls to his left, fires it down the sideline. The ball is tipped and incomplete.
Yeah, it looks like he had Fox kind of dancing on the sideline there, but a little bit too high off the hand. So flip the field, try to pin him clear down by the goal line and play some more defense.
Yeah, I think you're right.
See if we can keep the game on this half of the field is kind of a key for this, the way this game has started. Let's see if we can keep him on this half of the field and maybe get another crack at the ball.
Important punt here for Caden Christen as he's out. He will stand at about his 45-yard line, and it doesn't look like Boystown's going to send anybody back. So if he can somehow chip this inside of the 10, it would be a huge momentum swing, I would think.
They might be thinking we're in fake territory, too.
It's a good snap and a pretty good punt. Christen now just has to pull the string on it as it lands inside of the 5. Did they get there in time?
Beautiful.
Yes, they did.
Beautiful play right there by Jake Scanlon, I think.
I think you're right.
53, sliding around the ball right there. That's right.
A lot of credit to the coverage team, but also really good job there by Christen.
That was a beautiful punt. He got a nice bounce and just, it's tough because that's about a good distance for a punter, but if you get into one and kick it in the end zone, it's 20-yard.
That's right.
20-yard penalty, essentially, but now we got him pinned deep, so now there's a little bit of pressure on the offense to try to get out of the shadow there.
Boystown will have it inside of their own 5-yard line. They say the ball is at the 4. Again, Cowboys having trouble getting the right personnel on the field. High formation. Looks like they're going to hand it off to the fullback.
Yep, right up the pipe there, yep.
Yeah, he'll carry it out across the 5, maybe got to the 6.
Yeah. I'm not sure who that is. I don't see a 44 on the roster. But, they're just trying to push a little bit off that goal line because you don't want anything crazy to happen in the end zone. Penalties or any kind of a bobbled snap could be a quick momentum change for the game.
That's a good point, especially with the way that there could be some moisture out there on the field with the rain we had earlier today. So it's going to be 2nd and 8, under 5 minutes to play now here in the first quarter. They'll hand it off to the tailback this time and straight forward. Good carry there by Darian Whitaker. He'll get out across the 10 near the 13-yard line.
He's a strong runner. He was dragging dudes after the whistle too, so he's definitely capable of toting it and putting a team on his back.
Going to be 3rd down coming up here. Scanlon with the tackle. It's 3rd down and 2. Another really big opportunity here for the Warriors defense. Let's see if they try and blow through the gaps and maybe take a chance and blow up a running play in the backfield. They actually switch it to 3rd and 1. They need to get to the 14-yard line. There's the snap. They'll hand it off to the fullback. And it looks like he's got there.
Yep.
That's that number 44. We'll try to get his name here from the PA guys. They've got the starting lineup over there. But
fellas, who's 44? Thanks.
Pretty good carry there. It's going to set up 1st down and 10.
Looks like that's Josh Fenoy. He's listed as 55 on the roster. He must be switching sides a little bit.
On him
different
there.
jersey
there
tonight. Yeah, he's gonna get a carry of the ball a little bit.
Appreciate the help. Now it's 1st down, and they will hand it off. I think that's Whitaker.
Yep.
And again, another good gang tackle there by Wahoo, John. That's the recipe for success. With a big, strong runner like that, you're likely not going to get him with one guy.
Oh yeah, it's going to take a couple dudes, and everyone's going to have to pursue at the right angle because if he takes a step and cuts back, those backside guys need to be there to make sure there's no openings for him. We want that big fella going side to side, not north and south.
No gain on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10 coming up here. 3:19 left to play in the first. Cowboys lead it 7-0. I formation. Whitaker's the tailback. They will hand it off to him straight forward on the ice. So he bounces off one man and maybe picked up a yard after the contact there. But again, that's in big. Between the tackles, Warriors doing a nice job.
That's big. It's big to get a stop and just like we said in the previous drive, get some confidence. Hey, we can stop these guys. We can make plays here, and let's try to get this ball back.
They say it's a gain of 2, so it's 3rd down and 8. Ball at the Cowboys' 18-yard line. Maybe a passing situation here. We'll see how the Warriors defend it. 2 receivers to each side of the formation this time for Morris, the quarterback. He also has Poteet Brown next to him in the backfield. There's the snap. That's actually Poteet Brown that took the snap, I think. The speedster rolling out to his right, fires it down the sideline, incomplete.
Good defense there by James Gaskins. Nearly picked off right there on the sideline. He was defending, looks like Whitaker coming out of the backfield. I think that was Whitaker.
I think you're right.
No, that was 12. That was Marcus Gray coming out of the backfield. They got a lot of tall dudes. Jeez. That is a tough defensive task right there when you're about 6 inches shorter than the receiver coming out of that backfield.
Right.
There. But good job by James to make that play and get us ready to receive a punt here.
They got the incompletion. They'll punt it away, and I think that is also number 3, Poteet Brown, who's also the punter. Boy, he's kind of a do-it-all kind of player here. He'll take the snap. This punt is off the side of his foot. It's high, and it's going to drift out of bounds. Let's see where they end up marking this. Yeah. Right now they have it near the 45. Seems to me it should be almost inside of the 40.
Yeah, he really kicked it high, and there you go, about the 39-yard
line. So huge break there. You talked about it just a couple of minutes ago with Wahoo punting that ball on 4th down instead of going for it. They flipped the field and pinned him deep, and now they're sort of reaping the benefits of it, right?
Yeah, let's keep the game over here on the right side of the screen there on the west side of the field, so that, you know, we're playing kind of in our territory. We want to be in plus territory, so we always got a feeling like, hey, we're on the good side of the field here. Let's churn a few yards out. And now you get far enough down there, then that 4-down territory comes in.
Kaminsky sends a man in motion here on 1st down. He'll hand it off. Oh, he's going to fire, play action. Throws it out to the sideline. Pass is caught by Brigham.
There we go.
He'll carry it across the 30 and inside of the 20 all the way down to the 15-yard line. So a little misdirection there after the play action. They find their speedster out on the edge.
Yeah, good play. You get Kip in space, and he's able to get some yards for you. And he'll usually make the first guy miss, and then it's after that we see what happens. But great field position for the Warriors here.
So it's 1st and 10, ball at the Boystown 15. Under 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Kaminsky has Brigham on his left hip there in the backfield. There's a snap, and he'll hand it off to him. Brigham tries to turn it up inside of that right tackle. And once again, the interior part of that Cowboys defensive line is up to the task. No gain on the play. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, they're stout, and that's Fenoy again making a play in there. After lining up at fullback, he's making plays on the defensive line.
We talked about it at the opening. You're going to see the talent for Boystown and for Wahoo playing on both sides of the field here. So we're going to call their name on the offense and on the defense, and we've had that multiple times here in the first quarter. On 2nd and 10, Kaminsky will take the snap, back to pass, all kinds of time, fires it out there to the left sideline. Pass is complete, and picking his way near the 1st down, not quite there.
Nice game by Sam there, yeah, big play. And you know, Class C football, you're gonna see some of the same names playing on both sides of the ball. It's just kind of the way it works down here, and that's a game of attrition as the game wears on. You know, there's a stamina involved, but at this time of the season, everybody's kind of got a lot of adrenaline pumping.
Warriors have moved it inside of the 10. It's 3rd and 3 from the 8. They'll hand it off here, trying to get out to the edge and into the corner. It's Kip Brigham. Did he get there?
Yeah.
Yes, he did. No, it's Bordowski. Excuse me. That was number 22.
Nice.
Pardon me. Noah Bordowski with the 8-yard touchdown run.
Yep. Great job. Great run and good blocking out in front, and good job just tipping inside the pylon there.
Sorry, John. That's the key. He had really good blocking out in front of him.
It is tough. It's tough to tell who's got the ball up here because we're wearing our black jerseys and those numbers blend in, and it's a big scrum down there by the goal line. But great job for the Warriors answering the call here.
Zara goes on to attempt the extra point and try and tie this ball game. Will make for really appropriate bookends, if you will, to the quarters. The Cowboys starting it with a touchdown with 30 seconds left in the first. Wahoo trying to tie it up. Pretty good snap.
There we go.
Good hold, and the kick is also good.
All right.
So well done there by Wahoo. They took advantage of the good field position. They started in plus territory at the 39-yard line. Got a good chunk play there from Brigham to get him inside of the red zone. A couple of plays later, they're in the end zone. It's 7-7.
Absolutely, it's the answer you really wanted, because you get that pit in your stomach when the other team makes a big jump right away, and we're used to doing that to teams. Then everybody's on their heels, but these guys are pretty mature kids. They've got good composure, and they're fearless competitors. So I knew they'd respond in some form. It's good to see that we even the score up here, and now it feels like we're back to 0-0, and let's see where this goes now.
Yeah, they kind of took that first punch early on in that first play. Reeled maybe for a little bit, but got their feet back underneath them, and really of the last half of that first quarter play, I would say that really belonged to Wahoo, the way that they owned it on the defensive side of things, and even offensively there at the end.
Time of possession kind of flipped a little bit there towards the second half of that quarter, which that's kind of the name of the game this time of year. And with a team that's so explosive, really both our teams, if you're playing against us, you just don't want the other team to have the ball. I mean, it's a game of time of possession, and so far so good, but we're basically back to scratch now.
That's right.
7-7.
30 seconds left. We will see once again if Wahoo tries to squib this, as Jamal Morris and Nairi Poteet Brown are the deep men for Boystown. Again, it's a low kick, takes a big bounce, and it'll be scooped up by one of the up men for the Cowboys. He slips out of a couple of tackles. The ball's loose.
Nice.
And the Warriors are on it at the 45-yard line.
That's a huge play right there.
Huge play, John, as you said, by the Wahoo special teams. I didn't see.
No, I didn't see
maybe Alex Borchers, number 9, was in the neighborhood.
Possibly.
But really tough to see there. But either way, ball, that's always a risk when one of your up men handles a kick.
Absolutely. And then, he's stretching for another yard, and sometimes when you're stretching for that next yard, you get hit by another defender, and that ball comes flying out.
So it's 1st and 10 Wahoo. 24 seconds left in the first half. They will start once again in Cowboy territory, this time at about the 47-yard line. And now it looks like they might get 5 free ones, as we've got a Cowboy defender creeping into the backfield. This might have been a false start.
Cowboys are pointing over our way. I wonder what we got. We got false start, or? Yep, looks like
it is.
Somebody was twitching when they saw that pressure coming up. They just got to sit tight and let that guy jump off sides.
That was Josh Fenoy that was into and then through the neutral zone, but as you said, he was drawn there.
He's been making a lot of plays tonight. It looks like James Gaskins was the guy that laid the hit on that fumble right there. That was a nice play. But still a huge play for us, and hopefully we can get something out of this drive and keep this game over here on this side of the field.
Absolutely. Try to stay, as you said earlier, in plus territory. It's 1st and 15. Ball back on Wahoo's half of the 50, at least for the moment. Right at the 48-yard line as Kaminsky sends a man in motion. Waits the shotgun snap. He will hand it off to Brigham. Kip to the left. Slips past a couple of tacklers. He's still on his feet. Gets back all the yards they lost and more, all the way down to the Cowboy 37-yard line.
That was a pinball type of run there. He's bouncing off of dudes. Finally, LaDainian Blackwell drug him down, but great run by Kip. Just keeps his feet moving. He's got such good balance, and he's not a huge kid, but you got to hit him. You got to wrap him up, or he's going to bounce off, and he'll be down the sideline.
He needed 15, and he got 16 to pick up the first down for Wahoo, and also to take us to the end of the first quarter. 0 on the scoreboard, on the clock anyway. 7s for each team. It's 7-7. We'll step away briefly. We'll be back with the second quarter. You are listening to Wahoo Warrior Football on Saunders County Online and Wahoo Public Schools YouTube. Welcome back here again to Wahoo High School. Ryan Abrahams and John Herrera with you. First down and 10 for Wahoo from the Cowboy 36. They'll hand it off. Now back to pass. Bordovsky on the halfback pass. It is caught down near the goal line. And
woo! Razzle dazzle. Hello. Was that Fox on the end of that?
I think it was Landon 5.
Landon 5.
Number 2. Little halfback pass. Bordovsky with the throw. Great catch. And the Warriors are knocking on the doorstep. It's first and goal from the 2.
Noah showing a new wrinkle in the arsenal there. Coach Fox is not a big trick play guy, but hello on that. Direct snap to Bordovsky. Oh, and they got penetration on that one.
They sure did. They hit him in the backfield really before he could even get started. Hard to see who was in there on the tackle, but it does look like
looks like Fenoy and
Blackwell again.
Blackwell again. He's a disruptive dude up front, and 66 was in there too. Messiah Green, good job of them. And you know when Bordovsky lines up at quarterback in the backfield, everybody kind of knows what's happening.
That's right.
It's not an option or a pass. He's getting it and we're pushing it in. So we'll see what we got now. Looks like Noah's off, and Kip is back there.
Yep, and the heavy blockers in front of him. Now they'll shift him off to the right side. Kip Brigham awaits the shotgun snap. He handles the high snap, and is he into the end zone? Yes, he is. He just sort of followed those extra blockers off the right tackle and right into the end zone.
Just leaned in, They shifted to the kind of a really heavy overload wing set and just body on body and hat on hat, and then Kip's going to find a gap and get low. And when you're that close to the goal line, if you get small and get down, it's going to be tough to stop you.
So Brigham gets his first touchdown of the game. Bordovsky has one as well. Wahoo leads at 13-7. 1 minute gone here in the second quarter. They will attempt the extra point there as Zaragoza steps it off and is now ready at about the 13-yard line. Got a little movement before the snap. Now, it'll be interesting to see if this was
now this is where Coach Fox sometimes decides looks like they're bringing in the Hogs, and we're gonna switch the strategy here and maybe go for 2.
Likely see the same play we saw put it into the end zone,
I'm guessing we're going to see the same play or some sort of wrinkle that looks like it but ends up being the same play. I don't know.
So Boystown jumped into the neutral zone, so that's going to move the ball inside of the 2 all the way down about the 1 yard line. Yeah,
half the distance from 3, so it's about the 1.5. Looks like we're going to go heavy again.
Yep. You're exactly right. Brigham will line up as the quarterback in the shotgun. He's got the 3 blockers in front of him. He'll take the snap and
timeout. Somebody take a timeout. We took a timeout.
We did.
And that was a different play that we ran right there. A little bit of a wrinkle coming out of that heavy set, and they maybe didn't like the look they were getting right before the snap, so they took a timeout just to make sure. These points, points are a premium this time of
100%.
year. So with both teams capable of, kicking every extra point, and you're not going to throw away. You can't throw away those single-digit points, or even if you go for 2 and you don't have the look you like, you just don't want to take a chance on being behind the sticks on the scoreboard, so to speak. Yeah.
Do you think it's possible they reconsider here and send Zaragoza back out and just take
They might.
In theory, the easier one, right?
They could. They could say, let's just take the points. But and the other thing they could have said, you know what, I don't like that play. Let's just go back and let's throw something else at them, because they actually snapped the ball and kind of ran half the play.
They did.
If they do the exact same play they just did, they kind of gave away the secret, so to speak. So it probably has a lot to do with where number 90, Whitaker's lining up, or Blackwell, because he is a disruptive dude, and they may shift away from him, they may check away from him.
Right now, you're right, John. He's lined up as the left defensive end, so it's the right side of the Wahoo offensive line. Brigham is in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. It's the same play. It's an inside handoff there to Caden Smart, and I think he got it into the end zone.
Yeah.
So ironically, they ran the exact same play, and it worked.
Yeah. I suppose. I'm sitting there thinking there's no way they'd run the same play again, and that's could be what the defense is thinking too.
Right.
And sure as heck they ran the same play again. But that's kind of a variation of the double handoff play they ran earlier throughout the season. And Caden's a really good runner in that. He gets low and he's a powerful runner. and you get a pulling lineman, and you get all that flow to all those heavies over on the right, and then all of a sudden somebody comes shooting out the left, and the defense just isn't ready. And 1.5 yards isn't hard to get.
That's right.
In high school football, if you get any kind of a push on that left side, he can fall down and get those yardage. But it's huge play, because now all of a sudden there's pressure to match that scoring. So at some point, if Boystown answers, they may feel the need that they have to go for two as well.
That's a great point.
And then if you're fortunate enough to stop them, then you've got some points that you got a good advantage with. So a little bit of strategery and some analytics going on over there on the Wahoo sideline.
Yeah, and for a moment, the Cowboys had tried to switch it up there. They had Darian Whitaker lined up as one of the deep men, but now he has shifted into an up man position, one of the up guys.
They're
so
thinking he wants to get the ball in his hands is what it is.
Exactly right. So we will see how good Zaragoza is with his directional.
And here he's switching again.
Kicks, right?
Look at that, he's switching again back to the left side for Zaragoza, and Zaragoza needs to see that and say, all right, now we're not going to kick to him.
It's a low kick right up the middle this time.
And they may have a guy that they watched on film and said, you know, we're just going to kick it at that guy, and he's either going to down it or he's not as much of a returner, so we feel confident that he's not as much of a big play guy. I'm sure every one of those dudes back there can make plays, but you just take the best option of the four.
You got it. That's exactly right. And so far on 3 kickoffs, they haven't gotten burned yet. A couple of immediate fall on the ball, and then the one fumble,
and
right?
Made a big play on the fumble, So far, so good on that strategy by the special teams.
And now the Boystown offense back out there, ready to go to work. They trail it 15-7 now. As got about a minute gone here, and I wondered about that. It looked like there'd be a little bit of confusion.
Mixed up, yeah.
And it's going to be a timeout taken by the Cowboys.
Personnel grouping or a formation wasn't quite right, or maybe they didn't like the look that we were giving them. Yeah, Coach Iverson does like to change up the looks. He may line up in a front or a coverage that looks a certain way, and then right before the snap, they'll roll back into a different zone or roll down and play a man, to bring some pressure. But, yeah, it's definitely a game of chess tonight. And all the chess pieces are a lot bigger and a lot stronger and a lot faster than they've been all season.
That's right.
So everybody's a little amped up tonight, because this is the game of the week right here. I'd say if you're a fan of C1 football, you got this one, and you've got Lakeview Central City, and I'm guessing there'll be a lot of people watching the stream tonight or watching any score feed to see the updates on this game as we go.
You got it. That's exactly right. The other 2 games, by the way, it's Sydney and Shadron, and Auburn and Ashland Greenwood. Those are your 4 matchups here in Class C1, and the Sydney-Shadron game actually is probably over. That started at 3 o'clock Central time.
Wow.
I'll try to get a score for you. I was watching a little bit of that score earlier. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. They'll line up in the pistol formation. They fake the reverse, and now they'll hand it straight forward and working his way forward. I think that's Whitaker with the carry. He will get maybe 2, maybe 3 yards.
And a little bit of miscommunication in the backfield there. Sydney, wow, they put it to Chadron today, 32-8, out in the God's country out there. And Central City has taken the early lead on Columbus Lakeview, so that's a big one.
So the number 1 seed, Sydney, advances into the state semifinals.
Yeah. And then Auburn is currently ahead 7-6 on Ashland. So there's a dogfight over there on the other end of Saunders County. So interesting scores tonight so far.
We talked about it earlier. When you get to this level of the playoffs, it doesn't matter what that number in front of your team is. Anybody can win the ball game. Good job there by Wow here on
nice
2nd
job.
down.
Harry getting in there. Jake, Eli Shada, just great job up front. And that was one place, when I talk to the kids and watch a little film or whatever, they thought, they have a really good defensive line, and they thought that we may have a slight advantage with our defensive line compared to their O-line. It's just, if you make that, you get penetration, you shoot a few gaps, they feel like they can make a few plays right there.
Big 3rd down coming up here for the Boystown offense. Wahoo has scored on their last 2 possessions. Boystown trying to keep the football. They're going to get a halfback pass here as the Whitaker's going to let this one fly down there deep into double coverage.
There we go.
Intercepted. Nice play. I can't tell which Warrior it was.
That's either Phi or Caden Kristen. Caden Kristen right there.
Return it all the way back
Huge
into
play.
Boystown territory. What a catch.
Great play. I mean, he just ran into the ball like he was the one running the fade, because I believe Whitaker was out there on the route, and he just ran underneath it. Uh-oh. What do we got over here?
Yeah, it's never good when you see a couple of striped shirts
Fantastic.
together visiting. And
What's going to happen here?
it's a great. I don't see where the flag is thrown initially.
I
so
don't
it was
see a
half,
reaction from any
exactly.
players either.
Halfback pass. So Whitaker was the player that threw the pass.
Illegal man downfield. Declined. Okay.
There you go.
They just had a lineman that was floating downfield a little bit, which, okay, I'll take that. Yeah, everybody in the stadium was a little puckered up for about 10 seconds there thinking, oh, no.
Yep.
If that was a like roughing the passer or whatever penalty or a defensive holding or something.
That's roughing the passer is what was in my
Yeah,
mind, because
yeah.
they were really up in the face. But it's so hard when you have a tailback back there who's
It is.
they pitch it to him and then he's
Yeah,
gonna
he's
throw
not
it,
really
right?
a defenseless runner.
Right.
Because it looks like he's running a sweep right there.
So the Warriors come up with another big defensive play, and they get the interception. Now they'll take the football again in Boystown territory. Brigham keeping his wheels turning after initially being hit at the line of scrimmage. He'll carry it inside of the 40 to about the 39-yard line.
That was dirty. That was a physical run. He ended up basically going on top of the guy. It looked like the dude just pulled him down. He went right over the top of him, but that was a nasty 10-yard run by Kip right there.
Boy, the heave. You're right, John. He got enough. I didn't think he was going to get to the first down marker, but they say that he did.
I think the dude threw him over the first down line by pulling him down and flipping him over.
So a big gain there for Brigham on first down. Now here on 1st and 10 again. A little bit of miscommunication, I think, as
Keep it safe.
Kaminsky's going to hang on to the football. They tried to run maybe an option here.
It looked like maybe an option, but they were in the backfield so quick it didn't seem like he had a pitch opportunity there. So he just kind of tucked it up and just lived to fight another day type of deal.
That's right. Messiah Green was the individual in on the tackle, but there were multiple Cowboys defenders in the backfield. And as you said, Kaminsky did a good job just to eat that football, hang on to it, take the 2-yard loss.
Right, yeah.
And they'll have 2nd and 12. 8 minutes and 15 seconds left to play here in the half. Wahoo leads it 15-7. Kaminsky sends a man in motion. Takes the shotgun snap. He'll hand it off to Brigham. Dances his way forward. Has some room. He's got the first down and more to the 20. To the 10, Brigham sprinting to the goal line, and he is to the end zone. Yes, touchdown. There's the signal by our official.
A lot of dudes would just run out of bounds right there or kind of dive for the pylon. Kip put his left foot in the ground and put his shoulder right into the chest of that defensive back and basically just stepped into the end zone. Great run by Kip. Outran a couple dudes, put it on the dude at the goal line, and that's the best way to finish a run.
Long touchdown run. Second touchdown run of the game for Kip Brigham. This one of a longer variety. And now with 21-7, Warriors will attempt the extra points. There goes awaits the snap. It's a good snap.
There we go.
And the kick is also up and good. So 8 minutes left in the first half. It's Wahoo 22, Boystown 7. We'll step away here for 30 seconds. We'll be back on Saunders County Online and Wahoo Public Schools YouTube. Welcome back here again to Saunders County Online, Wahoo Public Schools YouTube. Warriors getting set to kick it away, leading it now 22-7.
And the chest moves are started. There's different people out there again, so it's kind of like, where are we kicking it? We're definitely not kicking it to number 7.
They've moved number 4, Elijah Nahan, the defensive back and a wide receiver, up to that third level of up man where the kicks have been going. So we'll see if Wahoo takes it that direction again. That's exactly where they sent it.
Yep, and it's touched, so it's a free ball.
Live ball over there near the 30.
Yeah. And that seems to be the strategy. Keep it on the ground, kick it right at a guy. If he lets it go out of bounds, then it's a win for them. But if he, like that time, it hit him, hit his arm or his foot or something, and that's a free ball. So all of a sudden, everyone's scrambling just to dive on it, and there's not much of an opportunity for a return there.
Right, exactly right. So far, the special teams for Wahoo has been on point here through the first 2 or 1.5 quarters, I guess it would be. First down and 10 coming for Boystown. They will start at the 29-yard line. It looks like Jamal Morris is the quarterback under center. They'll hand it off, and straight forward is going to be the fullback. That's Fenoy.
Fenoy again. He's a hard runner.
He'll pick up 5, maybe 6 on the play. It was actually, again, switching players out. It was Nairi Poteet Brown that was the quarterback. Either way, he handed it off. A good carry there. Gain of 6. It's 2nd and 4.
Yep. And they're capable of doing a naked boot where they'll run a play and he'll just spin around and come out. So, you know, I was watching film with a couple of guys today, and it's that your backside guys have to really be dialed in this game, because it looks a little boring right there, handing it off to the fullback, but at any given point, he could pull it out, and then him and number 7 are out there running the option on the perimeter, and you don't want to leave those two unguarded.
It's a lot of speed, and it can be very dangerous as Fenoy picks up 5 on the second down carry and picks up enough for a first down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 39.
Reading keys is so key tonight, because is it a pass, is it a run? Linebackers, DBs have to be really dialed in.
Same look, I formation.
Ball's
loose on the snap.
Oh, we got it.
And the
Big
Warriors
Eli
did fall on it. You're exactly
Eli
right,
Emerson
John.
just taking that pill away. Beautiful job by Eli. And when you get that quarterback exchange, or I don't know if it was the mesh between the fullback, but you know, on a night like we talked about earlier, a cold night like tonight, the ball might be wet because the surface is a little wet, and Eli gets some penetration. If there's any bobble, he's on that thing in a second. So that happened so fast. Great job by Eli.
Looked like maybe Poteet Brown pulled out from under center just a little bit quickly there, and as you said, nice play there by Eli. Now with the 3rd turnover of the first half, Wahoo starts again in Boystown territory. Kaminsky's going to roll to his left, trying to get the edge. He's nearly tripped up, stays on his feet over here to the sideline. He's going to be pushed out of bounds, basically right at the line of scrimmage. So tried to go downfield there on first down. Nobody open, and Kaminsky did a good job just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe lost a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11.
And he's really good at when things break down, he's either just going to tuck it up and run it, or he's not going to make a bad decision. He's either just going to run out of bounds. He understands losing 2 yards, whatever, but you throw a pick in a game like this, and it could be a big situation. So he did a good job there, just eating it.
On 2nd and 11, he sends Fox wide to the right side of the formation. Diamond formation in the backfield with him. He'll hand it off. That's Bordovsky right up the middle. Shakes a linebacker, and he's inside of the 25-yard line down to the 22. That was just a quick hitting play.
Right into the teeth.
Well, exactly right.
They opened up a gap, and the linebackers must have filled and got caught up in the blocks, and he was right to the 3rd level.
Offensive line for Wahoo had a little bit of trouble on the first drive of the ballgame, but since then they've really gained some steam. They've done a nice job. 1st and 10 again. This time they'll say it's the 23-yard line.
Ooh.
Snap and one again. Bordovsky bouncing off a tackler, still on his feet inside of the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. So a 15-yard run, back-to-back big carries for Bordovsky, and it'll be 1st and goal.
The boys up front are starting to feel it. They're starting to feel they're getting their flow, and they're getting their blocks, and they're starting to understand how their defensive linemen react to blocks, and the running backs are starting to see, are these guys big swimmers? They jump around blocks, they go through blocks, so he's going to understand, I'm going to follow my blocker, and it's always going to hit this way or that way, because they're getting a feel for this game.
On 1st and goal, Warriors will hand it off, and off the right side, out inside of the 5. That's Brigham with the carry. He'll pick up maybe 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And it looks like Coach Fox is keeping it on the ground here, pretty conservative, letting those boys up front eat, and as long as those linemen keep getting syrup, they're going to keep having pancakes. And if we open up some gaps, there's not a whole lot of calculus involved with this type of game. Oh, it looks like we're back to direct snap again.
You got it. Heavy line in. They'll snap it right to Brigham. Slips away from one man. He's down to the one.
Really
is
close.
he in? It does not quite look like it. As you said, he's close.
That may be a hurry up and repeat. Like get lined up real quick and snap it quick.
It'll be 3rd and goal from inside of the 1.
Yep.
And you're exactly right, John. No huddle here. They're going straight back to the same
we've
formation.
Got a quarterback. It's Braylon Iverson. Oh, no. He lined up at quarterback, but he didn't take the snap.
Brigham took the snap.
Yep.
Followed his interior offensive lineman right into the end zone for the 3rd time.
Great job
here in the first half.
And it appears like we might be going for 2 right here. We're currently up by 21, and are they going for? No, looks like they're bringing the kicker
team
in.
out.
Yeah.
Yep. Was a bit of hesitation there for a moment.
Yeah, you look at the card and you say, all right, what do you do here in this situation when you're up by this many points or that many points? And sometimes it says go for 2 just because of you end up on a number that, puts you at an advantage. But in this situation, 29-7, that's a 22-point lead, so that's fine.
There goes out there to try and knock through the extra point. And appears to be a good kick, and it is successful. 4:58 left to play in the first half. Wahoo has scored 29 unanswered. They trailed it at 1.7-0. It's now 29-7. We'll step away, and we'll be back here on Saunders County Online and Wahoo Public Schools YouTube. Welcome back here again to Wahoo High School. Warriors getting set to kick it away after their 4th unanswered touchdown. 4:58 left to play in the first half. And again, Boystown shifting those return men around, trying to get the right guys in the right positions at the up man spot.
Right.
And once again, over there is Elijah Nahan and Darian Whitaker.
So they got Whitaker right next to. Oh, now we're kicking.
They're going to kick it deep this time, and
That's
it's going to be caught at the 10. Out to the 20, trying to turn the corner.
Is that a face mask?
Yeah, it is a face mask. You're exactly right. Poteet Brown was the returner. He was pulled down by his face mask. So the first time that Wahoo tried to kick it deep here, and the return is out to about the 28. Add 15 more, and it's going to be pretty good field position.
Yeah, may not kick deep again the rest of the night, I'm guessing. I mean, every once in a while it's like, you know what, let's kick. That particular player hasn't shown a ton on film, but he's still fast as lightning. And he had one guy over there, and if Noah wouldn't have brought him down, it'd have been a big play. And you definitely don't want to give away any freebies in the quarters and semis and Lincoln. It's just not a thing you do.
Yep. Interesting situation here, though. I'm looking at the sideline. I see Darian Whitaker is over here, not out on the field. Elijah Nahan, Jamal Morris, players who we have called their numbers on the offensive side of the ball. So perhaps head coach Chris Nitze is changing things up here on 1st and 10 from the 43. Poteet Brown still the quarterback. He'll hand it off.
That was a tough run right there.
Absolutely. Fresh legs at the tailback spot and a nice carry out almost to the 50-yard line.
Could be giving Whitaker a breather because he's basically played every snap in the entire football game.
Kyron Wilson, I think, number 30, was the ball carrier. Pretty good carry. Got
hard run.
6-7 yards. I think 7 is what it will be. And you're right. He was hit at the line of scrimmage, hurdled over a defender, and kept going. So good pickup there. 4:40 left to play. 4:43 actually left to play here in the first half. Poteet Brown under center again. He'll hand it off to Wilson. This time he loses his footing, and then he's buried right at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there by Wahoo defensive line.
Right,
and you're right, Eli Shada was in on the tackle.
Yeah, that big yellow painted W in the center of the field. The footing changes a little bit when you're on that hard painted surface because it can be a little more loosey-goosey out there. I see Whitaker's back. I didn't know if maybe he'd sneak in at a tight end spot or a receiver because he's played it all. But fresh legs now coming back in after getting a sip of water on the sideline.
He's back at that tailback spot. Poteet Brown is lined up as the quarterback. He'll work from the pistol formation on 3rd and 3 as the clock ticks under 4 minutes. They will fake the handoff. Poteet Brown's going to throw it. Looking over to the far side. It's caught by Whitaker on a wheel route, and he is
back out of the backfield. Yep, that was he got lost there.
So well-designed play, and you're right, he got lost coming out of the backfield after the play action.
Yep.
Took it all the way inside of the 10. I didn't see where they officially marked him down. It'll be 1st and goal. Looks like right at about the 4-yard line.
Yeah, you definitely don't want that young man to sneak out of the backfield and not be covered at all moments of the game.
They're going to hand it off to the fullback. That's Fenoy, straight forward. He's short of the end zone, but
yep, we lost track of him just floating out of the backfield, and you just can't. I think number 7 needs to have eyes on him the entire night as one of their main playmakers.
Yep.
And everybody on the backside of the action has to sit and stay. They say play goes away, you stay. You got to sit and watch for any backs coming out of the backfield or boot action.
2nd and goal from the 4. It's Whitaker this time from the tailback spot. He's shy of the goal line. Got maybe to the 1, just short of the 1. Call it the 1.5. It's going to be 3rd down. See if the interior part of that Wahoo defense can stand up here, because you know this is 4-down territory, John, for Boystown.
Yeah, and he's got his big fullback / offensive lineman Fenoy in front of him, so they're definitely going to lean on it.
High formation again. There's a snap. It's Fenoy. He's hit, spun away from one man. He is short again.
Harrison Krieger came in and laid the boom on him and got that initial shot and stopped his progress.
4th down and goal now coming up.
Warriors.
Cowboys trying to go quick. They will once again line up in the I formation. And before the snap, Boystown's going to call a timeout. This is a very, very important play here, and they want to make sure they've got everybody on the same page and the right play out there.
Whitaker's calling for the ball. He's saying, I want the ball. Give me the ball. He wants to make a play because he's the dude. You know, you get down here, you want your playmaker to have the ball in his hands. But there's nothing saying Poteet Brown couldn't naked boot out the backside and run for the pylon. So everybody needs to be dialed in, read their keys, and if you're on the backside of the action, don't go running in there like you're going to do something on the 1-yard line. You're not. Sit there and wait for the boot and make sure he does not come out of the backfield.
Yeah, that's a good point. Everybody in that backfield for Boystown can tote the rock and score. It doesn't matter if it's the quarterback, the fullback, or the tailback, so you've got to be paying attention to all 3.
Let the middle 4 defenders, linemen and linebackers, handle those A-B gaps. And then you guys on the outside, you've got to make sure that nobody comes your way. And if they do, you got to be right there for them. Don't go chasing stuff that's not yours.
Wahoo trying to come up with an enormous stop here on 4th down. Boystown with a big play to get it inside of the 5, and now 3 plays later, it's 4th and 1. 2 minutes and 13 seconds left to play in the first half, and a half that after the first play from scrimmage, it's been all Wahoo. Boystown trying to at least chip away at that deficit here. 4th and goal from the 1.
It's like Whitaker's dotting the I there with Fenoy in front
once
of
again,
him.
Fenoy at the fullback spot. Poteet Brown will go under center. Remember, he has bobbled 1 snap tonight. Now he's going to shift out. He'll go in motion. It's a direct snap to Whitaker. He dives, and he is into the end zone, according to our official over on the far side.
Yeah, we got a hold of him, but he's so tall he was able to stretch out and get to the plane on the goal line. So good play by the offense there from Boystown.
And that's what you want to do, as you said, John. Get it to your most talented player, arguably your most talented player, and let him make a play.
And really, Poteet Brown turning and sprinting to the outside is eye candy, but it distracts everybody for a moment, and they snap it right when he goes out, and everybody's caught off guard a little bit by that action, because there's nothing saying he couldn't have ran a route or run some sort of a pass play or something to Poteet Brown.
Lopez on to attempt the extra point. Try and make it a 15-point lead here for Wahoo. The kick is up and through. So with 2:09 left to play in the first half, Boystown has scored again. It's 29-14. They took advantage of the good field position after the kick and the face mask and a couple of short running plays and a good long pass play, and they were in business.
A broken coverage right there, and, you know, that's something we talked about it earlier with these guys. I mean, any one of those dudes, especially number 7, Whitaker, if he's left alone, he will make a play. And that was a great play by them. Great trick play call. I mean, we brought one out, and they brought one out. So everybody's fighting for their survival. You know, you don't want to check it in this time of year. You want to play one more game. So they buckled down, and you never know how teams are going to react when all of a sudden we hit them a few scores. And they came right out, and now they are fired up, and they're ready to play defense again, and they're ready to get the ball back. And if on their sideline, they're thinking, let's get a quick stop and let's see if we can poke one in before half. And the same thing's going on the Wahoo sideline. Let's see if we can get one before half.
That's right. Wahoo's got 2 timeouts left, by the way, and 2:09 to work with. We will see if Boystown wants to kick this one deep and mess around with Brigham, or it's Landon Fye over here on the near side, or if they want to try and squib it, in which case they would be conceding maybe 15 or 20 yards to Wahoo. Lopez going to hit this one low. It'll be picked up by Brigham over along the far sideline. Kip back to the middle of the field, looking for a block. Trying to use his speed to get the edge. Had to cut it up inside there. They'll get it to the 40-yard line.
Nice return by Kip right there. Gets us near midfield. Plenty of time. There's no need to get in a real all-fire hurry with 2 minutes. Coach Fox will be patient, and he'll run the ball. I mean, we don't have to get into 2-minute offense and throw it around, because our running game can be explosive.
Well, and here's the other thing to keep in mind. You want to score before the end of the half, but you're also fine just holding on to the football.
Right.
Wahoo gets the ball to start the third quarter. So you go into halftime with a 15-point lead and the football coming back. It's not a bad thing either. Kaminsky from the shotgun. Brigham's on his right hip. He'll take the snap and hand it to him. Kip follows his blockers right up the middle. It's going to pick up 3, maybe 4. Pretty good carry there to get the drive started. Second down coming up.
And we're not in a hurry, but we're not in the slow mode either. I mean, you want to get plays in and be crisp, but we're not waiting for the referee to start waving it, or the umpire to wave his hands in the back. So we want to get some movement here, and the key is get a first down.
Minute and a half left to go in the half. Same formation, and one skill, and they hand it off to Brigham. Gets a block, and he will push it across the 50 and into Boystown territory. Correct, John. That will move the sticks. That stops the clock momentarily. So Wahoo will hurry and get set up. Remember, they've got those 2 timeouts left, but so far, as you said, it's just been slow and steady. No rush. Just continue to execute.
And now we're spreading it out a little bit. We got Eli Shada on the top side in the slot right there. He's been a weapon down the seam.
They send Brigham in motion. They're going to throw it to him, trying to utilize his speed on the edge. Kip makes a couple of men miss. He's inside of the 30, down to the 25-yard line, and it'll set up another big first down for the Warriors.
And that puts you in a little bit of a bind out there. Eli has been a big receiving threat. Eli Shada running up the seam, and he's a big, tall tight end, and he's got good hands. And if he takes off running, now all he did was just wreck the dude in front of him, and then Kip had an open lane to run.
Under a minute to play. They will hand it off here on first down. That's Bordowski, who will dive it forward off of the right tackle inside of the 20 to the 19. Now probably time for Wahoo to use the timeout, I would guess, and they do. Good gain. They'll pick up 4 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 6. Timeout taken with 48 seconds left. Still have one more timeout left, and they are definitely in scoring range now.
Yeah, and they've got their full complement. You know, they can throw it, they can run it, they can. I would think if they're going to run a passing play, it'd be kind of an out route to the sideline, or unless they can sneak something up the seam and get something that's either an out of bounds play or a touchdown. I don't think they'll take too many chances throwing it in the middle of the field, but I could be wrong, but the running game's been working fine. And like you said, with one timeout, if they were to run the ball and not get a first down, they could always take another timeout and figure out what they want to do on third down.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And the way that the offensive line has been blocking up front, and occasionally they've been running a man in motion as an extra blocker. We saw that earlier on this drive. It's just been a lot of creativity, I think. Nice job by the Wahoo coaching staff to keep this Boystown defense a little bit on their heels. Let's see what they do here on 2nd down and 6 from the 18, 48 seconds left.
We got an uncovered receiver down here on the bottom of the screen. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but it looks like it's causing some movement on the defense there.
There's a snap. They'll throw it this way, and
jailbreak there.
Yeah, a little screen there. Bring it up to about the 15.
He's going to take another timeout, it looks like, because we didn't get the first down, so we got to talk about it.
Yeah, it was Caden Kristen with the catch. His forward progress should have got him to the 15, which it did. Not enough for the first down, so it's going to set up 3rd down. According to the down marker, it's going to be 3rd and maybe 2.
Yeah, and I mean, this is 4-down territory. I don't know that, I mean, we're probably within range, but Emilio hasn't kicked a lot of field goals this year, maybe 1 or 2. So this is probably a 2-down situation, and, you know, with 36 seconds left, I could see Coach Fox running the ball and then just kind of seeing what happens, because obviously we don't have a timeout, so he may call 2 plays in the huddle and say, all right, we're going to get up and do this. If we don't get a first down, we're going to do that.
Yeah.
And he may just get them ready for that contingency of not getting the first down.
Yeah, one important thing to note here, the down marker had moved it all the way to the 15. The officials have corrected him and moved it back to maybe the 16 or 17-yard line. So instead of 3rd and 2, it is going to be 3rd and 4. I think you're right, John, though. It's definitely 2-down territory here for the Warriors. So if you don't get it all on the first attempt here, you've got 2 plays called probably coming out of this timeout.
Yeah.
They'll use that diamond formation. Kaminsky in the middle of it, awaiting the shotgun snap. He'll take the snap. He hands off. It's Bordovsky. Looks like he's got the 15.
Looks like we might be a yard short. So now we got to hustle up there and run the second play. Looks like they had 2 plays called. Get up there, try to catch them off guard and get the first down and get a clock stopped. And then maybe you might spike it into the ground.
They'll send a man in motion. The pass is caught out there on the edge. Touchdown.
Slant to Caden Kristen. Caught everybody off guard. Everybody thought we were just going to hand it off and get the first down, but nope.
Wow.
And a great route.
4th and 1, and instead of running it to get the first down, you throw a slant for
that was
15-yard touchdown.
Great route, and that corner was just caught flat-footed. Everybody was sitting there watching the backfield thinking, all right, they're gonna pound it on us, and I guarantee the words that went through that corner's head were, oh no, because he cut right in front of his face, and great delivery by Jace.
Beautiful pass. Zaragoza will attempt the extra point. His kick is up, and it's good.
Nice.
So Wahoo, with 2 minutes and 9 seconds left, had a touchdown scored on them and had an opportunity to answer, and they came out and did exactly that. 13 seconds left in the half, and a big answer there by the Warriors.
Yeah, and they really kind of reset the momentum they had by going right down the field. And, you know, and throwing that ball is kind of like, you know what, we'll throw it. If you guys come up on the line, we'll throw it. If you're going to man up on our receivers, our dudes can run routes and get 5 or 6 yards pretty easy. In that case, they got 15 for the score.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a huge throw and catch by the boys down there.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's so important to complete that pass because now that's in the mind of the Boystown defense.
Yeah, and, you know, if, let's say that pass fell incomplete, then it's instant momentum for the defense. So it was a huge play by those guys to make in a crucial situation. And now we got that Mo going back. And what we need to do is make sure the next 13 seconds are a good defense and no big plays because they got the opportunity to do something in 13 seconds. No
Absolutely.
doubt.
They definitely have the talent to do something in 13 seconds. We have certainly seen that. And so it starts here with an important kickoff by the Warriors. Zaragoza kicked it high and long last time. We'll see what the choice is here. This one is a squib kick over to the far side. It's going to be scooped up by the up man. That's number 4, Nahan.
Yep. And that seems to be the the option that they like to kick to the most out of those deep guys. So it's more of a safe play, and all of our frontline guys are down there quick, and there's less chance to set up a return and a block.
And the other positive part of that, it takes off 6 seconds off the clock. We're down to 7 seconds left in the first half because the returner ran it sideways instead of straight forward. So very likely Boystown does have one timeout left, but likely one play left here in this first half. Let's see what they've tried to do. As Poteet Brown will
let's watch for the. Oh, we got something on the field. Let's watch for a boot. Let's watch for any kind of a trick play. They ran that double pass last time, or that boot pass back to Whitaker. So all eyes on number 7, and let's make sure we're reading our keys.
Whitaker is lined up in the backfield right on the right hip of Nairi Poteet Brown. Got a receiver far out to the left and 2 men to the right. They will hand it off to Whitaker. Bounces away from one man, stiff arms another, picks his way across the 50. He's going to be knocked out of bounds, and the clock will hit 000. So maybe holding your breath just a little bit there as he was working his way forward.
Best case scenario on that. It looks like they're calling the half. Yep.
That's it. Job. It's going to be the end of the first half, and really a great first half if you look at it. I know the scoreboard says 36-14, so you think, we gave up 2 touchdowns, but one was the first play of the game. Absolutely. Other than that, Wahoo really dominated, in my opinion, the bulk of the first half.
Yeah, the scoreboard says that, but I guarantee you every one of those guys in the jersey, the Wahoo shirts over there coming in to meet at the sideline, they don't feel like it's 36-14. They feel like it's about 7-0 or 0-0 right now, because at any moment things can change quick in a game like this, and they want to make sure they limit possessions the second half and shrink the game down to a handful of possessions instead of boom, 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 track meet. I mean, they want to make it a possession football game, so that's the key. That's what they'll be talking about over there by the locker room.
Excellent first half there by the Warriors. We'll step away for about 15 minutes. We'll leave the cameras on. You can watch the dance team, but we'll come back to bring you second half action, listening to Wahoo Warrior Football on Saunders County Online and Wahoo Public Schools YouTube. Well, welcome back here once again to Wahoo High School. Brian Abrahams along with John Herrera as we get ready to start the third quarter. Wahoo leads at 36-14 over Boystown here in this Class C1 quarterfinal matchup. By the way, just some real quick other scores for you in Class C1. Auburn, this is a big matchup, by the way, for Wahoo. If they would continue to
absolutely
to win, to lead here and end up winning, they play the winner of Auburn and Ashland Greenwood right now at halftime, or just at the start of the second half. Auburn appears to lead Ashland Greenwood 14-13. Sydney has already advanced. They defeated Shadron 32-8. And in the other quarterfinal matchup, it's 7-0 Central City over Columbus Lakeview. So the table's setting up well for Wahoo.
That's a surprising score because those are two high-powered teams, and 7-0 going in the fourth quarter is crazy. But this second half, we get the ball right here, and this is a huge possession for us.
Absolutely.
As we talked off air, and you know, you said it. It's alignment, assignment, execution. I mean, we know where to line up. We know what we're supposed to do. Let's just execute it. And let's churn out some yards, and let's take away the number of possessions left in this game so they don't have a chance to make big plays.
Exactly. The kick is going to bounce all the way down and be picked up by Brigham inside of the 15. Kip's going to get out to just right at the 20. They'll spot it, it looks like, and that's where Wahoo will have it. Actually, probably their worst starting field position of the game. But the good news, in my opinion, is for Wahoo, that gives more yards for them to chew off clock, right? They lead it by 22 points. And we were talking off air, a 6-minute, 7-minute possession here that ends in points is absolutely killer.
Yep, that's beautiful. And, it's great to score quick. You know, Kip's had a lot of one-play drives this season, but it's great to get that touchdown. But it's also great to just let that clock tick away and let's get to that fourth quarter.
Kaminsky will take the snap. Going to hand it off to Brigham, and then it's a double handoff. We saw this play earlier, and it's going to be, I think that's Caden Smart with the carry, who's the second ball carrier, if you will, out to across the 30 where they spot him. It's going to be enough for a first down. So right out of the gates, Wahoo continues where they left off in the first half, picking up chunk plays on the ground.
Yeah, it's good. They're setting the tone, and let's just keep leaning on those guys up front, getting our hogs working, eating up front, and let's just keep moving those chains and slowly work our way down the field.
Ball at the 32-yard line. We'll see when the Warriors elect to take their time more and let the play clock slow down or drain down, rather, before they snap it. Probably not too early on here in the second half. They're going to hand it off to Brigham. He's not going to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Kip's going to lose a yard. But with a 3-touchdown lead, like I said, up by 22 points, you start to melt these minutes off the clock. The defense, or really just the other side, the Boystown team, starts to get a little bit antsy over there.
Yeah, I mean, and like we discussed, a lot of the kids playing defense right now are the guys that have to line up and try to score on the other side. So it is demoralizing to have somebody run the ball at you and constantly move those chains.
2nd and 11 from the 31. They'll send two receivers out wide to the right side. Kaminsky sends a man in motion. He'll take the snap. He's going to hand it off to Brigham. Kip's going to bring it back here against the grain. He's got the first down and more all the way inside of Boystown territory, carrying tacklers all the way down to the 42-yard line. A big pickup there, and Brigham continues to rack up yards on the ground.
And he's fired up. He drug a couple dudes there, and that's a huge play because we don't come to a stop early in this second half. We got the all gas, no brakes right now. Great run by Kip.
They'll spot it at the 43-yard line, it appears, of Boystown, but Wahoo back into Cowboy territory here. Just about 2 minutes gone in this third quarter as Kaminsky awaits the shotgun snap. Motions a man into the middle of the backfield, hands it off to Brigham again, straight forward inside of the 40 down to the 35. That's going to be a gain of 8. Going to set up another short second down here for Wahoo.
And they're making a lot of hay with off kind of counter type action where the play doesn't hit right where the first flow is. You got a down block, somebody wraps around, and then Kip is following a blocker, and he'll tuck in there and he'll read that blocker and run right off the butt, and next thing you know, he's off to the races.
Trying to utilize that aggressiveness of that Boystown defense against them. On 2nd and short. There he will snap it again. Little counter step there by Brigham. He's got the first down and more as he hustles over toward that Wahoo sideline inside of the 30 down to the 25. Maybe got the 24. It'll be 1st and 10 again. As you said, John, he put that right foot in the ground and then went left, and there was a big gap over there.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a short, couple-yard deal, cloud of dust type of deal. And he just, when he put his foot in the ground, let the traffic go right by him, and then he's off out the back door. It's beautiful.
1st and 10. They'll say it's the 24-yard line. 2 receivers wide out here to the right side. They'll motion a man in toward the line of scrimmage, and now they will hand it off. Pardon me.
There we go, Caden. Double handoff again.
Very good. Double handoff. They had me confused there for a second.
Hard
Caden Smart still on his feet. He's all the way down inside of the 10-yard line,
Caden
inside of the
Smart.
5.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? Did he score?
They're going to say he stepped out at the 6.
There's a flag. Did somebody
thrown.
get his mask maybe? Or
I think you're right, John.
In the back or something? That was a nasty run.
Well, once I got caught up to where the ball was after that double handoff, I was able to track Smart, and you're right, he broke a number of tackles there and was able to spin down inside of the 5. I think they grabbed his face mask as well. What a run by Caden Smart.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were grabbing on to everything they can to bring him down, and he just kept dragging dudes. And I really thought he got in the end zone there, but he must have put a foot out.
Right before he got to the 5, but the face mask penalty will move it inside of the 5. It's going to be 1st and goal from about the 3-yard line, inside of the 3, maybe even the 2.
That was nasty. That's worth a dial-up on the old instant replay there. That was impressive.
Kaminsky will send a man in motion. The snap,
there he is.
There's the double handoff again. You might as well reward him and let him get into the end zone.
He got him there. Great job by Caden. And that play didn't take a whole lot of effort because they were so heavy to Kip on that on the goal line that Caden just walked in untouched. And that was beautiful. That was a Picasso right there. That was so nice.
Caden Smart with a good run that gets it inside of the 5 after the penalty, and he is rewarded with the 2-yard touchdown. The senior tailback adds 6 more for the Warriors. It's 42-14.
As they're watching the replay, which doesn't translate much to radio, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 missed tackles, 6, 7. I mean, it was.
What a carry.
That was impressive.
A flag thrown, by the way, before the snap of the football here on the extra point. It looks like maybe a Cowboy got into the neutral zone again. So we saw this earlier where Wahoo took advantage, as you said, John, and they'll bring the heavy guys in and try and just send this straight forward, likely with Brigham or maybe Bordovsky at the tailback spot. Looks like it's going to be Brigham. Trying to go for 2. And they will get it easily. Kip followed the blockers off the left side, and he's going to make this a 30-point lead. 44-14 is your score.
Oh, my gosh. That's not really like a let's run it up thing. That's just this is what we do. If you're going to give us 1.5 yards, we're going to take it. There's no reason not to. That's just a confidence in your offensive line and a swagger that you want to establish so that when somebody sees this film, whether it's Ashland or Auburn, they're thinking, all right, we better not screw up on the goal line or they're going to go for 2, and they're going to get it. I mean, they get it pretty much every time. So if we get in a short yardage situation with Wahoo, we might as well line up 13 guys out there because they're really tough to defend. So it's a mentality thing, less about the scoreboard, more about the Warriors establishing that dominance they want to
just doing what you do. Exactly.
Let's do what we do.
Yep.
And we don't care. We don't care if we're playing against the Buffalo Bills. We're going to go out there and we're going to get that 1.5 yards. I mean, we just don't care who we're playing. It's that confidence that Coach Fox and Coach Iverson on the defensive side really want to instill in those kids.
Wahoo did exactly what they needed to do on that first drive, although you could argue they may wish they took off a little more time. But what can you do when you break a big play like that? Used up not quite 4 minutes, a little over 3 minutes on the clock, 8:44 left. Now they will kick it away. They'll squib it. Ball is bobbled just a little bit, and then falling on top of it again is number 4, Elijah Nahan. and that's where the Boystown will have it. But Wahoo comes out, they put points on the board, they get 6, they get 2 more, and now it's a 30-point lead.
Yeah.
And it's up to the Boystown offense to try and find a way to crack the code of this Wahoo defense.
And now we're into kind of some new territory, and obviously they could score on this first play. We don't know. But when you have a 30-point lead, you're a touchdown away from a running clock, and that really deflates the ball as far as time of possession because any drive will take 5 or 6 minutes.
It's a really good point. And the Cowboys have switched again at the quarterback spot. Jamal Morris is back at that quarterback spot. So you need to find Poteet Brown wherever he is lined up out there. They're probably going to look for him.
Yep, there
Morris takes a snap. He's back to pass. He's going to be
Nice.
dropped in the backfield.
And I'm assuming Morris is a little more of the arm, a little more of the thrower, and Poteet is such a playmaker. And he was out there running right up the seam, but we put some pressure on Morris, so he had to scramble for his life there. And we good job downfield, because if he's scrambling and we leave a guy uncovered, that's when you have those broken plays.
That's right. And they have the speed and the talent. We talked about it at the start of the broadcast to break big plays. We've already seen it once.
Yeah. Yeah, you got like 6'5" and 6'4" over here on our side. Those dudes are big. You can't give them any room.
Morris got back to the line of scrimmage, so it's 2nd and 10 as he calls out the signals. He's back to pass, fires it over to the near side, a little bit low. He was trying to get it to Marcus Gray. Bounced into his ankles, and that will set up 3rd down.
And we had the big sophomore, Carter Brubbits, in there. He's about 6'6" and about 290, and when he gets in that passing lane and gets those mitts up in the air, it's hard to throw the ball. I mean, and Morris is not a super tall kid, but when you get the big boy in front of you, it's going to pressure you, and you're not going to see that receiver. Your lanes are going to be clouded. So great job by Carter.
3rd and 10. Morris taking some time to get his guys lined up. He'll send 2 men to the left side, the bottom side of the formation. He's going to roll out to his right. Fires the pass.
Nice
it's tipped
job.
at the line of scrimmage
Graham
and
Nutzman.
incomplete.
Great job by Graham Nutzman on the top side, wide side of the field. He immediately takes his angle so he doesn't get outran, and as soon as Morris went to throw it, he puts his arms up. Graham's a big, tall kid, too. Tips that ball. That could have been a pick. That could have been anything, but you can't complete it if he's batting that ball down. Great job by G. Nuts over there.
Listed at 6'5", as you said, John. So nice asset to have out there on the edge. And now it's a punting situation here for Boystown. So not only does Wahoo get the score, they get a 3 and out. And have to imagine, and Boystown probably a little bit too deep in their territory, but you never know what could be tried here with Poteet Brown lined up at the punter spot.
Playing a safe defensive return right here and keeping your eyes on Poteet right there, because he is a dude that can make plays. Don't let him.
Going to get a whistle before the snap.
Oh, delay.
Might have been a delay of game. So 5 more in favor of Wahoo, as the Cowboys will be backed up to the 24-yard line now.
A little bit of frustration showing on some body language there, but that probably takes away the whole chance of a fake, because they're backed way up in their territory now. They probably want to kick that thing as far as they can kick it.
That's right. Poteet Brown will stand inside of his 15 as he awaits the snap. The motion of man to his left, and he's going to run it out to the right side.
And he is faking it. He's running around.
He's going to
beat that down.
Throw it. Pass is incomplete. However, a flag is thrown. This might be, unfortunately, John, a pass interference.
Oh, jeez, I just bumped the scoreboard again.
That's okay. We'll get that fixed. We'll see what the officials.
Interference or?
Yeah, there was some contact there for sure.
Yeah, I was thinking, did we rough him when he threw it? But that's what do we got going here?
We'll see. You keep an eye on that. I'll try to.
Nobody seems to be changing possessions. Oh,
pardon me.
It was against the Cowboys.
It was against the Cowboys, and it was declined.
I'm not sure. It might have been a lineman downfield or something. The other thing it could be, in a play like that, you could have offensive pass interference if a guy is blocking downfield and the receiver is not behind the line of scrimmage. If somebody was out blocking for that guy, I mean, that's a tough play to defend when Poteet rolls out like that, because that is tricky.
Now a chance for the Warriors to take advantage. They will get it inside of Boystown territory, and they'll hand it off inside again. They faked it to Brigham.
double handoff to Smart again.
Yep, Smart with the carry. He's inside of the 20 at the 19-yard line. He picks up 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
He didn't have that Marshawn Lynch in him that time, but that's such a tough play to defend with the guys we have. And when you get full flow going to the left, and then all of a sudden everything comes back to the right, you really got to be a disciplined defense to handle that. And if you're giving up yards to straight ahead running, guys are going to start running downhill and getting caught up in that mix. And then your backside inside linebackers are going to just start running and jumping into the mix, and then you get caught.
On 2nd and 5, Kaminsky will await the snap, hands it off to Brigham. He's got a lot of blockers off of that right side, and Kip's going to take it inside of the 15 down near the 10, just shy of the 10, about the 11-yard line. Certainly enough for a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 for Wahoo. And now, just for the first time, you're starting to see the Warriors just slow it down a little bit, staying in that huddle a little bit longer, letting the clock run.
Yeah, there's not a lot of a hurry here that we need to get in. We're going to try to run this thing down to, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes, and hopefully we score, which then will turn on the running clock, and then we have a real advantage then as far as number of possessions in the game.
Wahoo currently leads it by 30, as we mentioned earlier, 44-14. The motion, 2 men to the left side of the formation. They'll hand it off to Brigham. He's going to go that way, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage and drug down. Maybe got a yard on the plate. Sets up 2nd and 9.
And they're probably content to be boring right here and just go right at them. There's no reason to throw it around. There's no reason to do anything crazy. They've really had about 3 running plays that have really been effective tonight. The handoff, the heavy direct snap, and just giving it to Kip or Noah and just letting the lineman work.
Yep.
And it's just been, we've been churning out good yards.
Have not seen the diamond formation yet here in the second half. That was effective in the first half. They're going to let
There was that double handoff again, but then Boystown had penetration. That's one thing that'll eat that play up is if you're pulling lineman and you get penetration and the pulling lineman gets caught up. Now we're to 3rd down. And it's an interesting spot. I mean, we're down on the 10-yard line, so in theory you could kick a field goal here and make it a 33-point game, but I think Coach Fox has got his eye on that 35-point number.
I think you're right. Interesting to see if they try to go to the air here. Haven't seen it a ton, mostly because they haven't needed to.
Yeah.
Have been effective when they did, especially when they got Brigham out on the edge and threw it to him. Let's see what they try to do. At the 10, it's 3rd down and 9. 5 minutes left to play in the 3rd. They'll motion Brigham. They're going to hand it off to him. He's going to be wrapped up after he got another 2 maybe on that carry. Got it inside of the 10 to the 9, so he picked up only 1. It's going to be 4th down and 8. And it looks like the kicking team's coming off the bench, yes.
And that's real. I mean, it's good for us to get in the habit of making a kick in a big moment, and you never know. You could need to win a game by that. And if you haven't done it in several weeks, it's good to be out there with the bullets flying.
This will be a 25-yard field goal for Zaragoza. It's a good snap, plenty of leg.
Beautiful.
The kick is up, and it is good.
Great job.
And it's a really good point there as the Warriors take a 47-14 lead as you get, now looking like the semifinals are up next. And if you get to Lincoln, like being able to kick a pressure field goal when those points are at a premium, it's nice to have done it within the last couple of weeks.
And it definitely looks a little different when you're down in Lincoln. The uprights look a little different, the backdrop's a little different, and the pressure's different. But just knowing that you've done it, you can do it. It's not a big deal. Heck, next week, Auburn or Ashland, we could need a field goal to win that game. So it's good to know we can. Now, I don't know how long of a field goal we've attempted, but that one right there, he bombed that thing. I mean, he could have done that from 15 yards back easily.
That's right. He hit it from 25 and had at least another 10 on there, not a problem.
And that 20-yard line is really that Mendoza line we've used for a long time. As if we can get it to the 20 and we really have to, we'll give it a shot. But we'd like to, if it's a doable first down, let's just get that first down and get 6 or 7 out of the deal.
Quick update, another C1 scores as Wahoo gets set to kick it away. Ashland Greenwood has taken the lead over Auburn. It's 19-14 as they come to the end of that 3rd quarter. Central City still leads Columbus Lakeview 13-7. There's the short kick again by Wahoo, taken once again by Nahan, the up man. He's got it out near the 40 on the return this time, so a little bit of progress there for the Cowboys, but down now by 33 points with 4:12 left to play in this third quarter. Time is at a premium here for Boystown.
Yeah, time and how many times you have to think, how many times will I get the ball back, barring, turnovers and such. So this is a pretty important possession because we're nearing the end of this quarter.
Well, and 33 points is a 5-possession game. 4 times 8 is only 32.
Yep. There may not be 5 possessions left in this deal.
That's right. Morris is back in at that quarterback spot, and once again tried to throw it out here to the near side and short of his intended receiver, Gray. And what we just have not seen Boystown have to go to that straight passing game through most of the first half. They've tried to do it here a little bit in the second half and hasn't been effective.
Yeah, and I think our pressure has got to Jamal Morris a little bit in terms of changing his throwing action because it's not an open lane. He's going through, he's seeing black jerseys and hands in his face and such. So he's probably not the guy they want running around. He's probably more the thrower, and he just hasn't had time to get it to his guys.
He'll line up on 2nd and 10 from the 39. Motions a man out of the backfield. He's back to pass. He's pressured. The pass is caught and defended very well because they got it. I think that was the speedy Poteet Brown with the catch, and luckily Wahoo had him spied well. He caught it and was tackled immediately, picked up 3, maybe 4 on the play.
It seemed like a called screen, but Braylon Iverson was bearing down on Morris, so he really didn't have time to make a good throw. And so he lobbed it over there. He got the completion, but he was under pressure. Now it looks like we got Poteet Brown back in the
backfield. You're right.
And I see Whitaker on the wing over here. So this could be 2 guys up the seam, or Poteet Brown just making yardage himself.
In a deep shotgun here, so he's going to try to look for some space. Looks over to the middle. The pass is incomplete. Threw it over the head of his intended receiver.
Yeah.
Looks like he had Tyler Seeger open at about the 40-yard line, but threw it about 2 or 3 yards too high for him, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and they're in the situation right now where every possession they have to do something. So they are. It looks like they're going for it. I don't know. They ran a couple guys in, but
well, they'll leave Poteet Brown back there. He has been their punter, so as you said earlier, John, you just never know. He could punt this, or it could be a fake, and he's got the speed.
Last time they didn't punt it. And it would make sense that they not punt it here, too. So I imagine we are in 100% fake mode right now because Whitaker's on the top side at a wing over there, and he is the guy that could run a route and make a play.
On 4th and 6, they'll send a man in motion. Poteet Brown is actually going to punt this one away. Wahoo more than content to let this ball bounce. It'll roll inside of the 15-yard line. Not quite to the 10. They'll down it at the 11, but once again, it's a win for the Warriors. They get the defensive stop. 3:05 left to play in the third quarter. Wahoo has scored on both of their possessions to start the second half, and if our math is right, they scored on their last 5 to end the first half. So it's now 7 in a row, and one more field goal or a touchdown here. And as you said earlier, John, it's a running clock.
Yeah, and it's going to be a really, really tough math problem to figure out to get that many possessions in the game. And we got 90 yards. We should be able to run the quarter down to nothing in this drive.
That's exactly right.
Stay ahead of schedule here.
Kaminsky will throw it on 1st down, gets it out here on the edge, passes complete, out across the 20. That's Markson, I think, with the catch.
And they're moving the chains. Here we go.
So when you're in the shadow of your own goalpost, you get 10 yards on the first play. That's a huge, huge thing. You just feel so much different.
And it's a little nerve-wracking to see the ball in the air, too. But, if they're going to play off as far as they are, I mean, they're 10 yards off our receivers. That's basically a handoff. If it's a good throw and catch, it's basically a high percentage throw, same as a running play. Ooh.
They will hand it off here on 1st down, out across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. That's Brigham, and as you said, John, had a huge hole off the left side. Really, the left side of that offensive line has done a nice job here all night. Really, the right side, too. I'm not faulting either one, but huge hole for Brigham. He's got enough for a 1st down. It's 1st and 10 from the 33.
Yeah, we had Cash Parsons and Graham Nutzman over there blocking on that edge, and it's just opened up a nice hole for Kip.
2 receivers out to the right side of the formation. They will sling it out here again. Pass is caught and out across the 40. And being wrestled out of bounds this time is going to be Landon Fye. Shy of the first down, but he picked up 8. It's going to be 2nd and 2.
And when you can do that type of an offense, we saw it last week. We saw it with DC West. When they can line up and get those 5, 6, 8-yard passes all the time, it softens that defense up, softens it up. Everybody's backing off a little bit, and then here comes the power game, and you don't have enough dudes in the box. So it's a good, well-rounded offense that we got going tonight.
On 2nd down, a motion a man into the backfield. They hand it off to Brigham. He spins out a 1 tackle. He's got the first down as he nears midfield, has it to the 46-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Wahoo, and we will take it under 2 minutes left to go here in the 3rd.
Yeah, nobody's in a hurry. We're perfectly content to get that 5-yard play and just see where it goes.
Wahoo's done a really nice job using that motion with their bigger tight end or bigger receivers to get an extra blocker and become a lead, almost a lead blocker for Brigham there.
They've really got 2 of them out there. They got Iverson and Harrison Krieger, who are both heavier fullback, tight end type bodies. And, you know, if they get a good perimeter block for Kip, he'll tuck it in, and, you know, it's a good problem to have. We're blessed with some depth so that we don't have the same kids having to do it all night long.
Yep.
Caden Smart was just over there getting a drink, and Braylon came in, Harry came in, and now we got fresh legs back on the running game. And Caden's a weapon because the double handoff is killer, and Kip is Kip.
Brigham got 5 on first down. It's 2nd and 5. Kaminsky takes a snap. He's going to roll to his left.
Whoa.
Little shovel pass there.
Oh.
Boy, a little dangerous as well in traffic, but the pass is
like
complete.
that was some Brett Favre looking stuff there. That was wild. I don't know what in the heck that was.
They'll pick up about 4. That's going to set up 3rd down. They'll call it 3rd and 2, and I couldn't tell if it was Brigham that caught the shovel pass or if it was a receiver coming back from the boundary.
Yeah.
But either way, 3rd down with 35 seconds left in the 3rd. They'll hand it off to Brigham.
There we go.
Pardon me, that's Kaminsky, I think, maybe with the keeper.
Yep.
Excuse me, and he's got the first down.
I think he was watching to see if that corner was going to come off of Landon Fye, and if he was just going to dunk it right over the top for Landon down the sideline. But good job by Boystown. But they did give up enough yardage to give us the first down.
They got the first down, and I have to imagine Wahoo will let that be the final play of the 3rd quarter. There's 15 seconds left, and I don't think the Warriors need to snap it. They will hurry up to the line of scrimmage. 10 seconds left as Kaminsky gets everybody lined up. He's got Brigham with him in the backfield. They are going to snap it. He'll take the snap. A little double handoff there, as we've seen a couple times, and this one is going to be dropped for a loss. So they lose a yard on the play, and that will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Really, really good 3rd quarter for Wahoo. They added their lead. They lead it by 33. We'll step away for 60 seconds, and we'll be back with the 4th quarter here on Saunders County Online and Wahoo Public Schools YouTube. And we're back here to start the 4th quarter here on Saunders County Online. Brian and John with you. Wahoo's got the football. 2nd down and 12 from the Boystown 43. Kaminsky looks like he's going to throw it here on first down. He wants to go over the middle, and it is incomplete, almost intercepted. Probably the most dangerous pass they've thrown all night. Through the over the hands of his intended receiver and through the hands of Nairi Poteet Brown. It's going to set up 3rd down.
Yeah, taking a shot, just thinking, okay, they're going to run the ball, they're going to be aggressive, and they're going to play up on our run game, and we might catch them going over the top. And Caden Christian's had a really good night tonight, so he could have caught that touchdown right there. It would have been a nail in the coffin.
think we've lost our scoreboard camera, but that's all right. We can keep you informed. 11:53, so we just started the fourth quarter. A flag thrown at the snap of the play. They hand it off to Brigham. He's got it inside of the 40 to about the 35-yard line.
We lose power on that guy?
Yeah, I think somehow the power, we did lose power on it.
Illegal shift against the Warriors.
Well, who's going to be called for the illegal shift? So that will back the Warriors up just shy of Boystown territory. They'll put it down at the 48-yard line.
Not sure where the power button is on that
that's
camera.
okay. We can at least.
It's 47 to 14.
That's right. We can keep people updated on the score and time.
Yeah.
Well, you might have got it back on there with whatever you did there,
there we
John.
go.
Nicely done.
All right.
3rd and 17 coming up for the Warriors. Kaminsky will hand it off to Brigham. He's trying to get to the edge here. He's got some space. He's to the 30.
There we go.
And that's going to be enough for a first down. Boy, 3rd and 17. What a weapon to have when you can run the football like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Good job by Kip right there.
Going to set up no flags on the play, by the way, so it's a first down run there by Brigham. 1st down and 10. He did go out of bounds, but that's all right. They'll get that clock started here as soon as they snap the football. And as we mentioned, if Wahoo should get points on this drive, we get to the running clock. They'll send a man in motion, and then Brigham's going to follow him up to the line. This time he's turned away right at the line of scrimmage. Tried to follow Braylon Iverson off the right tackle. Brigham's hit for no gain on the play. Might have lost a yard. It'll set up 2nd down.
Yeah, the name of the game here is just tick, tick, tick. You know, we're getting close to 10 minutes, and we don't want any turned ankles. We don't want any crazy stuff happening at the end of a game that's kind of out of hand. So we want to finish this drive, and then most likely we'll see some younger guys maybe jumping in there, give the older guys a break.
Kaminsky awaits the shotgun snap. He'll hand it off to Brigham on 2nd down and 11. Kip in between the tackles, pushes his way near the 25-yard line. Looks like they're going to call his knee down closer to about the 28. So a short gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 8, but with every play that stays on the ground and inbounds, the Warriors are evaporating 25, 35 seconds off of this clock. And even without a running clock, when you're running the ball like this, the clock just seems to melt away so quickly.
Yeah.
The ball is in between the hash marks. Warriors will send wide receiver wide out to either side of the field just to try and spread the Cowboys defense out just a little bit. Kaminsky's going to look to throw here, rolling to his right, and does the wise thing and fires it out of bounds. He tried to look to his left, did not have his intended receiver open. I think it was Kristen.
Looking for Kristen,
yeah, threw it to the track, which is just fine.
Yeah, because really we're probably running a 4th down play here. We're not going to punt it from the 35 or whatever. So, yeah, we can get 10 yards. We can run the ball. We can run a passing route. Either way, we want to churn some clock here and hopefully move the sticks, but see what we get here.
On 4th and 9, ball is at the 27-yard line. Brigham is in the backfield. They will fake the handoff to him. Kaminsky's going to throw it. Now he's got room to run. He's going to shovel it to Brigham. Smart play there. Kip is inside of the 20 to the 15. And that's going to be enough for a first down. If you got a talented running back like that, just shovel it underneath to him and let him go. Wisely done.
And he pitched it like an option, so it wasn't a forward pass. So we didn't have to worry about linemen downfield. It was basically an option play, and I really thought Jace was just going to take it himself, but Kip's a guy that can take it all the way at any point, so get it to your playmakers.
Yeah, very smart play by Kaminsky. He got the ball to Brigham, and they've moved the ball now inside of the 15 to the 13-yard line. Wahoo has it 1st and 10. Clock running. It'll be under 9:15 before they snap the football here, still in this 4th quarter. Kaminsky motions a man. It's Iverson. He'll hand off to Brigham. Kip tucks it up inside, and he is into the end zone.
Jake Scanlon just pulled on that, and I think I might have caught a Boystown guy getting out of the way because Jake was pulling and it was a freight train, and Kip just stayed behind him, and the mullet just led it around the corner there, and that was a power play because Jake's a good runner and he's a strong kid, and if you get in his way, he's probably going to tip you over, and Kip's just going to cut off his blocks. So wherever Jake went, he was going with him.
Zaragoza on to attempt the extra point to try to make it a 40-point lead for Wahoo. That kick looks to be a little bit off to the right. It is no good.
And we got a development over in Ashland. Auburn just took the lead 20-19 with 4 minutes left in regulation. What in the world is going on here? So
the Bulldogs of Auburn trying to throw a wrench into things here in Class C1. Wahoo.
The road to Lincoln might come through Wahoo.
That's right.
You never know. Ashland's really good. They could score in 3 plays. You never know. They're a high-powered offense, too. So that looks like it's kind of a dogfight of a game, though. Central City is 3 minutes left in the game, up 13-7 on Lakeview. That's a big one, too.
That's a 5 versus 4 matchup. Auburn, the 7 seed, leading Ashland Greenwood, the 2 seed. And here, Wahoo, the number 3 seed, is in control over Boystown, 53-14. 9:05 left, and as soon as Wahoo kicks the football here, the clock will continue to run. So keep that in mind, except for timeouts or change of possession.
And at this point, you can look at the scoreboard and say, how much longer is this game going to last? It's going to last 9 minutes and 5 seconds because it's really going to go quick.
That's exactly right.
It'll feel like it's going 100 miles an hour because that in-between possession time and every play, guys are going in and out of the huddle. It's just ticking away. So it's a great situation for the kids.
Zaragoza ready to kick it away. Once again, I'm sure we'll see this squib kick, and we do.
Oh,
Punches
right at
over,
it.
and
that hit a lineman up front, and we got that ball.
It did. I think you're right. I was going to say it hit a lineman, and a wonderful diving attempt.
Did they give it to us? It's right on the sideline. We recovered it. Oh, we did.
Wahoo did get it. Yeah, I couldn't tell who the Warrior was that dove and saved it from going out of bounds.
Unbelievable. And that was you're kicking it on the ground right at those guys, right at 4 or whatever, and it looked like maybe number 32. It bounced off his leg or something. And free ball, I mean, that's not a situation where we're trying to run it up. What this is right here, this is a situation where we're essentially trying to salt this clock away. And I'm sure they're not happy, but that's what happens when you kick it on the ground. It bounces around and weird things happen, and our guys are hustling, and there's no free lunches in the quarterfinals of the state playoffs.
Yeah, no, you're right. And it wasn't an onside kick to try and run it up. They've been squibbing the ball all game long to try to keep it away.
And I see AB is in there. We got Borchers in at quarterback right away. So they're subbing some dudes down. They've got this free possession, and they're going to put some kids in and get some of those very valuable starters off the field.
That's right. I think that was Grady Meyer, I think, with the carry there. So as you said, they're getting the backups in the game, which is excellent, and the clock is only going to continue to run now. As Borchers, John mentioned, is the new quarterback. He will operate from the shotgun, and he will wait while that back judge counts down the time for him and snap it as late as possible. He may have waited just a little bit too long, though. We do have a flag thrown on the play. Yeah, it's a procedure penalty called against Wahoo, so they will lose the 3 yards they gained on first down. They'll back it up 5. It's going to be 2nd and 12. And you want to see your backups, of course, come in and execute here, obviously, to keep the momentum and keep things on the right side. But the most important thing is hanging on to the football.
Absolutely.
Clock will restart. So a bit of a I guess an advantage here for Wahoo. They can run additional time off as Borchers takes a snap, hands it off straight forward again as Grady Meyer took a big hit right at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that's a backup running back, and you got a Division I commit comes in, and he's fired up because the game feels like it's out of reach, and he wants to hit somebody, and that's what's happening.
So we got a yard. It sets up 3rd down and 11. Warriors huddling up, taking their time right at the 45-yard line. And this probably, certainly will, feels like it should be a running play here. Something straightforward, keep the ball under control. Borchers from the shotgun. It's a high snap again. He will pull it down, hands it off to his tailback. Straight forward is Meyer again, just shy of the 35. It'll be the 36-yard line, but did get some positive yardage. It's going to set up fourth down. Fourth down in the neighborhood of 8.
I think they're sending in the punt team to just make sure the yardage is a little bit more. You know, you don't want to give them too good of a field position. If the varsity was out there, they would probably try to go for that fourth and about, 8 or so.
Right.
But the young guys out there, let's kick it deep and let the young guys play defense.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Wow. Ashland versus Auburn is a barn burner, and it looks like Ashland is driving with a couple minutes left in the game to score. They just had a big play. Actually, it shows that Ashland is ahead in this game. 20. They just score a touchdown.
The punt is a beauty. It rolls inside of the 5 and out of bounds at the 3-yard line. So a wonderful job there by Wahoo. The Warriors now are 5 minutes away from advancing to the semifinals. This is a team that took it all the way to the championship game last year.
Yeah, and really last year a lot of people were shot. You know, we kind of came out of nowhere because a lot of these playmakers were sophomores last year, and we had a good senior class. And Jace really developed into a really good quarterback early on, and we had to play Pierce and Ashland right away. And when we could beat those teams, they really got on a roll, and they took it all the way to Lincoln and ran into a pretty amazing Boone Central team and played them to a really close game.
Clock is all the way down to 4.5 minutes as Boystown runs their first play from the shadow of their own goalpost. It's a dive straight forward, and it's Fenoy with the carry. He'll get 5, maybe 6. It's going to set up second down and 4. Warrior defense just trying to make sure not to let anybody get behind him here, wrap up on the tackle, and secure this win. They'll hand it off to Fenoy. He's going to be stopped before he got to the line of scrimmage, I think, that time. Shy of the 10.
Cowboys seem kind of almost content to just run the ball here and just let that clock tick. And they might be substituting a few young kids themselves.
I think that's exactly what's happening. It's going to be third down. Tailback in the ball game is Kyron Wilson. We saw him earlier, and he's going to replace Darian Whitaker. So Whitaker played a whale of a ball game.
His night might be over. He's a tremendous athlete and an all-state type of athlete that you really just don't get very often. And he's got a bright future ahead of him too.
I think that's
at the next level.
You're exactly right, and no sense on some kind of freakish play here to get injured. Right? They'll hand it off to Wilson on third down. He's going to be shy the sticks there. Got a yard. It's going to set up fourth down and 3 as we'll tick past the 3-minute mark
Looks like
here.
He's coming back. Maybe he's part of their punt program, but he's also a kid. In looking up some information about him today, I mean, he's a basketball kid. He's a track kid. He's a multi-sport kid. So he's a guy that's going to do everything. And when he gets to the next level, he'll make his presence felt. I think he'll be successful.
Poteet Brown's on to punt. He stands right at his goal line. Wahoo at the moment doesn't have anybody back to return the punt. Again, I think they would be content just to keep everything in front of them here should Boystown try to fake it, and they didn't. So Poteet Brown kicks it away. It's going to roll out of bounds shy of the 50, maybe about the 43-yard line. That's where Wahoo will have it. And really, if they want, they can come out and take a couple of knees, and this game would be over. I don't know if Boystown would call any timeouts or not. With 2:10 left, it's going to be in the neighborhood of about 1:45 or so before Wahoo even snaps it here on first down.
In a running clock, really, there's really not much you can do.
So a nice win for the Warriors. We're trying, by the way, at the same time to keep an eye on the Auburn-Ashland-Greenwood game. So, but possibly we could tell you who the opponent will be next week.
It looks like Auburn just stopped Ashland on a fourth down play with 2 minutes left in the game. Auburn will take over deep in their own territory. They stopped Auburn right a few yards from the sticks, and they're up 20-19. That would be a colossal upset in C1. And that would mean the semifinals would be right back here in Wahoo next week if Auburn is able to hold on to this lead. Ashland's essentially the other team, one of the other power teams that, you think about in C1. Of course, you see a team like Central City, you see a team like Sydney, they're definitely up there. Boystown is definitely up there. And then the Warriors here.
Warriors picked up 1 on first down. They let the clock run down. We're under a minute now as Borchard's waiting to snap the football here on 2nd and 9. Now he will snap the football and hands it off.
Run, Grady,
Good
run.
carry here as Meyer cuts it back here to the open field inside of the 40 to about the 35-yard line. That'll be a good pickup there. Not enough for a first down. Sets up 3rd and 1. But
if you're a running back, you can go out of bounds in this situation because it won't stop. And those kids don't even need to run on the field because the game's over. So
that's exactly right, John.
An amazing performance tonight by the Warriors. And I don't know what's going to happen over there in Ashland, but they're down by 1 point with 2 minutes left in this game. So the road to Lincoln might come through Wahoo. It's definitely going to come through our team, but it might come through this field right here. These seniors may not have played their last game on this field. So we got some craziness happening around the state here.
I tell you what, though, if it was their last game on this field, they played a whale of a ball game tonight.
Absolutely.
53-14 is going to be your final score. Wahoo trailed it 7-0, and then went on a tear there at the end of the second half. Ended up taking a pretty good lead into halftime, and then they added to that here in the second half. So wonderful game all around for Wahoo. Offensively, defensively, special teams, everything was played very well. I want to thank all of our sponsors for helping us bring you this game. You're seeing their names scroll through the upper right-hand corner of your screen, so stop in and thank them. Thanks to the support here on site. It's been excellent tonight.
Auburn just got a first down. They just got about a 20-yard run, so they have the ball, first down, with about a minute and a half, 2 minutes left in that game. And depending on the timeouts, they might be able to take a knee. I'm not sure, but they're going to be able to get that clock down to almost nothing. At Ashland, has the 7 seed. Unbelievable potential upset going on in Ashland right now.
Well, hopefully we see the Warriors back here again next week.
Absolutely. I'd love to see us play Auburn on this field. We've played Auburn in the playoffs. We played in regular season in the past. They're always tough. They've got a lot of tradition. We saw them in the state basketball finals last year and had a crazy game with them, so we know there's athletes all over the place down there. And I'm sure they would be more than happy to come up here and take a shot at the Warriors in the state semifinals. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
What a great night. What a great day to beat a Warrior. The girls won today in the state semifinals of volleyball in 5 sets versus Pierce, so they're going to play for a state championship tomorrow. We got the boys getting a good win tonight and potentially playing here or in Ashland, depending on what happens in the state semifinals next week. So, I mean, our cross-country team did fantastic this year. Our band did great at state. They've got superior ratings all the time. I mean, things are looking up in the town of Wahoo. I mean, I'm telling you, it's a good day to be. It's a great day to be a Warrior.
That's right, John. That's maybe the best way to.
Yeah.
I'll let you be the one that wraps us up. It's a great day to be a Warrior. Big win for Wahoo tonight, 53-14, your final score. My thanks to John Herrera for all the wonderful insight. It's Brian Abraham saying so long. You've been listening to Warrior Football here on Saunders County Online and on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube.